Hello students, welcome back to our video. In the last video we discussed about the meaning and characteristics of business, profession and employment. Now we are going in today's video we are going to discuss the comparison of business, profession and employment, means the difference between business, profession and employment. So let's begin with that. So this is a whole chart of comparison. So in that there is a serial number, points, point of difference, then business, profession and employment. So the first point of difference is nature of work. So in a business, nature of work is the goods and services are supplied to the customer in exchange of money. Means in the business, goods and services are supplied to customers only in exchange of money. In a profession, personal and business services are rendered with discretion in return of fees. So in a profession, nature of work is that services are provided with discretion in return of money. Means in a profession, any personal or business services are provided to customers with in return of any fees. Now in employment performing work as per the rule and contract. So in employment, work is performed as per the rule and the contract. So this was the first point of difference, that was nature of work. Second is qualification. In a business, no qualification is essential, means qualification is not required. In profession, educational qualification, training and expertized knowledge are essential, whereas in employment, qualification is required as per the nature of job. So this was the second point of difference, qualification. Now third one is reward or return. In a business, return is called profit. In a profession, return is called fees, and in employment, return is called salary or wages. Now fourth point of difference is capital. In a business, capital is required as per the nature and type of business. In a profession, limited capital is required at the time of establishment. So a little limited means a little capital is required at the time of establishment, and in an employment no capital is required. Now fifth point of difference is risk. Risk in a business, uncertainty of profit and risk of loss remains in business. In a profession, risk of non-receipt of certain fees. And in employment, less risk remains as regular and fixed salary is received. Now sixth point of difference is code of conduct. In a business, legal provisions are to be followed, whereas in profession, code of conduct is to be followed as prescribed by the respective professional association. In employment, rules specified in the agreement are to be followed. Now the seventh and the last point of difference is transfer of ownership. In a business, transfer of ownership is possible. In a profession, transfer of ownership is not possible. And in employment, no title of ownership. There is no title of ownership, or there is no ownership in employment. So there were 7 points of difference, and you have to remember this difference by point to point. So first point was nature of work, second was qualification, third one was reward or return, fourth one was capital, fifth was risk, sixth was code of conduct, and seventh was transfer of ownership. So now we have ended up with the comparison of business, profession and employment. Now we are starting with a new point, that is classification of business activities. Means business activities can be classified into three categories. Means business activities can be divided into three categories. That is, first one is trade, second is commerce, and third one is industry. Now let us look at all the three categories one by one. So let's start with the first one, that is trade. So meaning of trade. Trade it means that exchange of commodity or services in return of commodity, or services, or exchange of commodity or services in return of money with the motive of profit between two persons is called trade. It means that there is an exchange of commodity. Commodity means a goods, means exchange of commodities or service in return of commodity. In this, goods or service is exchanged in return of goods, or services are exchanged of commodity or service in return of money. So a goods or service can be exchanged in return of either goods or service, or it can be exchanged in return of money, but with the motive of profit between two persons is called trade. Let's understand by with the help of example. For example, when you purchase a book from a shopkeeper, you pay money against the purchase of that book. So whenever you go to the bookstore for purchasing a book, then from a shopkeeper, then you will pay money against the purchase of that book to the shopkeeper. So here exchange of commodity means here the exchange of book is done in return of money. Means book is purchased and in return money is paid. When you purchase bus ticket and travel by bus, you get exchange of service in return of money paid. So when you go to a shopkeeper for a purchase of book, then a purchase of good is done in return of money. But when you sit in a bus and purchase a bus ticket and travel by bus, then you get exchange of service, because the service is provided you went from one place to another place. So you get the exchange of service in return of money paid. So this is the meaning of trade. But any exchange, whether in return of money or a return in return of service, but it is done with the motive of profit between two persons, then it is called a trade. All the exchange is done with the motive of profit, then it is called a trade. Now next is let's look at the characteristics of trade. So the first one is trade is an economic activity. Means it is an economic activity because trade is done with the motive of earning money or with the motive of money. That's why trade is an economic activity. Now there are two parties in trade, purchaser and seller. It means that in a trade two parties are involved, like purchaser and a seller. For in an example, you see that a customer went to a shopkeeper for purchase of book, and in return they give up money to a shopkeeper. So customer is a purchaser and shopkeeper is known as seller. So two parties are involved in trade. Third one is exchange is essential in trade. Means exchange of anything, whether good or a service, is essential. Means it is very important in trade. Without any exchange, it would not be considered as a trade. So exchange is essential in trade. Fourth one is in trade, transfer of ownership of goods and services are done. So transfer of ownership of goods and services are done, because here, like in an example, you saw that shopkeeper gave a book and the customer gave him a money. So transfer of ownership of goods and services are done. Now fifth one is in exchange of goods, either an amount is paid or goods are exchanged. So in exchange of goods, either like amount is paid or goods are being exchanged. Sixth one is trade is a continuous activity. Means trade happens every day, every hour, every 1 minute. So trade is a continuous activity. The value of goods or services is determined in terms of money. So whatever is exchanged, whether it is paid in money or exchanged with the goods, whatever is exchanged, but anything, the value of goods or service is determined in terms of money. And last one is trade is a legal activity. Means trade is a legal, means like it is it is permitted by the government, and it is a legal activity. Now the next point is types of trade, but we are going to stop here. Like if you have any doubts or any questions, please feel free to comment below the video. Thank you.